updates on the Suzanne Morphew case out of Colorado. There was breaking news today from the CBI and the FBI. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it right now. Guys, my name is DutyRon, retired New York City Police Detective, 20 plus years in the New York City Police Department. I served as a patrolman for over a decade and then as a detective in the police department for a little bit over a decade again. So 20 plus years in law enforcement in the largest police department in the world, and I welcome each and every one of you here into the channel. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so you will get all things DutyRon when I go live or when I upload. And again, thank you to each and every one of you for joining. Happy Memorial Day weekend to one and all. Guys, today there was a lot of misinformation, a lot of information floating out there on the internet in regards to missing 49-year-old Suzanne Morphew, wife of Barry Morphew, out in Colorado. And unfortunately, we learn a lesson here as to, and I say this all the time, it's important that we speak about these cases as content creators and true crime content creators, but we need to have accountability. We need to use respect and dignity for the families by not rushing to get out information that may not be verified yet. So a lot of reports, and even in the media, even the media is always guilty of this, is to get the story out to cover what's going on without the facts. So today there was information that was all over the Facebook news groups for finding Suzanne Morphew, that her body was recovered at a location 12 miles away from the her residence in Salida, Colorado, and they were at a construction site where it looked like a home foundation. It looked like a couple of different pieces of foundation. I'll show you that in a few minutes. And it was concrete that was poured, and it was alleged that her body was buried in that concrete. At this point right now, nothing has been confirmed as far as a body recovered. It's still a missing persons case. You'll see, I will show the county sheriff's office put out a news briefing and basically said that there's no recovery and it's still a missing persons case at this time. So again, it's an unfortunate situation, but a lot of YouTube content creators, rushed to get that out there, and there was a bit of miscommunication with some of these Facebook groups, and it causes quite a bit of confusion. And what I think about is the family members, family members who are sitting and waiting and praying for hope. And for them to stumble across these broadcasts or any type of news that their loved one was recovered, buried in concrete, it's devastating. It's devastating to hear it, if in fact it is going to be and come to fruition. So it's for me, it's a fine line that we walk. And for me, I do always think about the victims' family, the loved ones, the people who are waiting in the balance, so to speak, to hear about the fate of their loved one. So I try to use extreme restraint before going live and speaking about this stuff. So I just want to say really quickly, thank you to my Patreon supporters, my channel members, all of the people who support me through Super Chat, through comments, leaving comments down in the comment sections, and interacting with DutyRon, with the channel. I try to get to everybody's comments and things of that nature. Hello, Beth, Joey Brooklyn, thank you for joining. Marissa from the Glarers channel, thank you. Sandra Beatty, thank you so much for being in here. Delusional Lucidity, thank you so much for coming in and being here. Beanie Boomer, Cheryl, all the great ones, boxing, MMA, all the way from Ireland, checking in. So I'm going to segue over to a second page here.
Centers in a residential area.
Hold on, I didn't mean to do that. We're going to listen to a quick news report from a local affiliate, guys. Let's take a peek at that.
Evening, I'm Kelly Worthman.
I'm Dominic Garcia. Suzanne Morphew's husband says she vanished while on a bike ride on Mother's Day, and now investigators focused on an area 12 miles from the family home. Our Rick Salinger has been out there all day outside Salida. He has the breaking details. Rick?
Dominic, the FBI, the CBI, the Chaffee County Sheriff's Department, and other agencies have been here all day long, and they must be hoping that they don't find the woman they are looking for here. The search for Susan.
All right, I'm going to stop it. I'm going to stop it right there so you guys can see. This is the overview of the construction site where it was alleged today and reported that her husband buried her body in this concrete. You see a tent set up there. I will go back. I'll move it back.
And Morphew brought investigators to.
So right there with the blue tent is where the FBI, CBI, and local sheriffs are going through and breaking up the concrete. It's basically, I'll cover this after we look at this news report, but this could be obviously from a tip, and it had to have been a very good suspicion by the investigators to go and start breaking up concrete. So it had to have been a pretty substantiated or what they felt to be a pretty strong lead or tip. And again, like I said, no stone goes unturned in these types of cases. So if somebody gave them information and they felt strongly about it, that there was a chance that she was entombed in that concrete, then this is what we got going on, and that's started from early today, Colorado time. So I'll let this play.
What appeared to be the site of a house.
Focused on an area 12 miles from the family home. Our Rick Salinger has been out there all day outside Salida. He has the breaking details. Rick?
Dominic, the FBI, the CBI, the Chaffee County Sheriff's Department, and other agencies have been here all day long, and they must be hoping that they don't find the woman they are looking for here. The search for Suzanne Morphew brought investigators to what appeared to be the site of a house under construction.
Well, I mean, it's been crazy all along. You know, we've been hearing lots, about it, and we've, all supported people going out and trying to find her.
FBI agents could be seen with buckets sifting through material. An evidence response team truck parked nearby. It's been nearly 2 weeks since the Chaffee County woman was reported missing while on a bicycle ride. As the search by the banks of the Arkansas River was conducted, authorities were tight.
All right, so this is an overview of the actual site, and this is a look from a helicopter. And if you see where my cursor is here, I don't know if you could see it. I'm scrolling right here where this tree is, right off of the bank of the river. This is the construction site where the tent is set up and where those concrete foundations are set up. So right down here above where I'll move my picture so that gets out of the way. Hold on a second. Let me move my picture. I'll put that up here. So this gives you a better view. Right down here is the activity. These are all FBI and CBI unmarked and marked vehicles and some of the local sheriffs. Daphne, thanks for sharing on Twitter. I appreciate that. So they're set up right here. There is a creek here or some type of stream or body water that's going to lead to maybe a larger body of water right here that's going along this property. It looks like there are some new residential homes here and a construction site above. It's probably some type of development that's slowly being developed here. But yeah, so this is difficult at best for the family to take this in. This is a very troubling time, and I have to say, and this is just, I'm responsible for my own actions as a content creator, as somebody who you trust with putting out information. And I would never go live and say, anything that was not confirmed by law enforcement sources. And that's just the way I operate because of my long career in policing. I feel that it does no good for anybody, including the people who watch you, but first and foremost, the family. I feel that I put the family and victims' families first and foremost because they're the ones that are going through the pain, not us. So I have to say, yes, I don't put out unverified information when it's at all possible. The husband has not been arrested. That is bad information. No arrests have been made. That is confirmed. I went through my Denver law enforcement sources. I belong to a lot of groups and a lot of channels where you can only join these channels if you're verified law enforcement. So I'm in a lot of LE law enforcement groups, and I went into my Denver group and I got some valid information. There's no arrests made as was been reported falsely. So again, like I said, we now are still praying. This is a missing persons case as far as we're concerned. No matter what you hear, always understand that rumors are exactly that. They're rumors, and we have to do the right thing. And I know I do the right thing on this channel as a content creator. I could sleep good at night, and I'm saying that just because I know what I do, and I know that I take the necessary precautions before I start talking about things on a live stream or putting it out in public. If you talk about stuff behind the scenes where it's not getting out, at the end of the day, that is not going to hurt a family because it's not going to be out there in the Twitter sphere or on live streams or any type of social media. You got to be careful about what you say because you got to realize that a lot of people look at it and share it. So great to see you too, Janice. Thank you so much for being in here. So let me let the rest of this continue to roll. So this is an overview from helicopter.
Tight-lipped. I'm Rick Salinger from... It's been nearly 2 weeks since the Chaffee County woman was reported missing while on a bicycle ride. As the search by the banks of the Arkansas River was conducted,
There's a good look
authorities were
at the overview.
tight-lipped.
Bottom right.
I'm Rick Salinger from Channel 4.
Okay.
Can you fill me in?
He says no.
The Morphew home outside Maysville has been sealed up.
I want to put that back. And these law enforcement guys are under strict orders. This is probably a CBI guy. Doesn't look like a Fed, but I could be wrong. But I think that's a CBI guy. Watch what this reporter says.
Rick Salinger from Channel 4.
Okay.
Can you fill me in?
No, sir. Can't.
The Morphew
sir,
home
I can't.
outside Maysville has been sealed off under a search warrant. Suzanne's husband, Barry.
And let me just say this. That's not him being a prick or a scumbag to that reporter. That's him keeping the investigation, the integrity of the investigation, not leaking out any misinformation or any information that's good or bad. They're not going to put out bad information, but I'm saying if he gives out good information, it could get twisted by the press. It could be passed out and made to be out to something more than what it is. But it's strict instructions. It's an active investigation. They're not going to say anything. I mean, the news reporters, that's their job to ask. But you saw exactly what he said. No, sir, I can't. Can you tell me anything? No, sir, I can't. And that's also to protect the family. Don't forget, these law enforcement entities, these agencies really care about the cases. They care about the people they have. And we see this in many, many other cases. We see how law enforcement gets emotionally attached to these cases, and they want to bring her home. They want to bring either her home alive, or they want to bring her home so her family can mourn her loss. And they also want to bring justice to whoever perpetrated the crime. So it's a 3, 4, or 4-pronged approach that law enforcement has. It's definitely a 3-pronged. They want to bring her home. They want to bring justice to on the perpetrator, and they want to have respect for the family. So that I know from personal experience. So you could take that to the bank.
Has issued an emotional plea. I'm Rick Salinger from Channel 4.
Okay.
Can you fill me in?
No, sir. Can't.
The Morphew home outside Maysville has been sealed off under a search warrant. Suzanne's husband, Barry, has issued an emotional plea.
Please, we'll do whatever it takes to bring you back. We love you, we miss you, your girls need you.
Other searches have taken place in a reservoir and an RV park.
It's suspicious to me. I don't know exactly what happened, nor does anyone else, but
These are locals.
hopefully they will find her unalive.
No word on what, if anything, they have found so far today. The Sheriff's Department wants to make clear that the person who owns this property they are searching is in no way suspected of having anything to do with the disappearance of Suzanne Morphew. Near Salida, Rick Salinger, covering Colorado.
All right, so that was pretty good coverage. I think that we don't need to have any fluff here. I don't need to bring any fluff. Today there was a tip that was law enforcement acted on. They went out to a location. They searched the location. They're not done searching. I'm going to show you a tweet now. Let me just segue back. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining. Hi, Stephanie. Hello, Snow Remover. Great to see you, Meglo. Luke, welcome in. Lisa, thank you for joining. Guys, like I said, we can't rush to conclusions because this is an active investigation. And at the end of the day, we have to think about the victims and their families. And I don't feel that it does anybody anything good by rushing to judgment or bringing out false information or information that is misinformation. You know what I mean? So that's the bottom line here. Let me pull up the sheriff's. Okay, this is from the Chaffee County Sheriff's Department, and I'm just going to pull this up real quick so you guys can see it. And you guys can understand what the press release is. And I know this is going to be kind of small on the screen, so I'll try to do my best to make it bigger. Okay, so this is the Chaffee. I hope I'm saying that right. Yeah, it's the Chaffee County Sheriff's Department, and this is the press release from today. Posted press release, May 22nd. It doesn't give a time, but it says based on the information. Let me make that a little bit bigger. Okay, can you guys see that okay? Can you guys see this press release? If I highlight it, does it look better? If I highlight it in blue, will that make it better for you guys? Let me see if I can make it just a tad bit bigger. Okay, that's too big. All right, I'm gonna leave it at this. I'm gonna leave it here. Okay, so it says, based on information developed during the Suzanne Morphew missing person case, investigators with the Chaffee County Sheriff's Office, Colorado Bureau of Investigation, and the FBI are conducting a search at a residential property on the east side of Salida. The property owner is fully cooperative with law enforcement and is not connected with the disappearance of Miss Morphew. No details about the search are being released at this time. Additionally, it's not known how long this search will take law enforcement to complete. It also says an update will be provided at the conclusion of this search. There will be no updates during the search. All right, so that's a pretty clear and concise message. And that was at 5 p.m. Colorado time, 5 p.m. Colorado time. So, basically they're spelling it out here. We have information, we acted on information, but there's been no recovery. If her body was recovered at that location, you could bet your bottom dollar that the sheriff, the Chaffee County Sheriff, who's the lead, he's the initial, investigator. That this is that's his geographical area of where this missing persons case is out of. So he'll be the one to give out any information, and then the CBI and FBI will also backfill on any news conferences if there's a recovery or if she's brought home or she's found alive. that's how the news conferences will go with the sheriff, probably the CBI, and then the FBI will speak last. So that's what we have from here. I'm going to show you one more thing. This is a video of their home. I want to go over this. I showed you guys this last night, and then we will conclude here. Bridget Parker, great to see you. Thank you so much. No, it doesn't say that, Cheryl. It says that it has everything to do with her, and they're searching that location based on information that they have. All right. So here's aerial footage. Again, I showed you guys this yesterday, but I want you to see how large their home is, and how this is her residence. This is Suzanne's residence. So I showed you guys this last night. This is helicopter footage from a few days ago. So this is just showing you how expansive the property is where she lived. And what we showed you from today was a totally separate location down 12 miles away at a construction site that the husband was working on. He was working at that location. So there's no audio with this. This is just helicopter footage of the large property that they own. And it just goes to show you that, this is a heavily wooded area, and this search is by far not anywhere near being over at this time. But tomorrow is a new day, and it could change. Tomorrow we could have additional information. But I could tell you this, I will not put out any information about a recovery until the police department puts it out, because obviously, you want them to notify the family first, and then they'll put it out after they notify the family. They're not going to put a notification out if there's a recovery without the family being notified first and foremost. So thank you to all channel members and people who left Super Chat during the course of any of my live streams. Thank you so much for positively interacting in the comment section down below. And make sure you share and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, all one word, DutyRon, so you could get all things DutyRon. I share all my videos on the social platforms. I have a YouTube video share group. I have DutyRon.com, where you could go on and get links to all outside helpful police and lots of chock full of information. Guy and Jackie, thank you for your generous super chat, super sticker. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Dot to Dot, thanks for being in here. So yeah, like I said, you're not going to get any fluff or anything from me that is not verified information. So I'm definitely not going to give you or lead you down a road. Delusional Lucidity, thank you so much for that $7 super chat. DutyRon, will CCSO post guard over the search site? Absolutely. There's going to be somebody out there at that search site. Nobody's going to be able to walk onto it. It's a potential active crime scene. So yeah, that anywhere where they do a search, it will be secured by law enforcement personnel. It'll probably be somebody from the local. Janice Wolf says, "Love you, Ron. Check Patreon when you get a chance. Thanks for all you do." I will, Janice. I will. I promise. It's been a busy day for me, and now I have an extra long weekend, so I'll catch up on all the messages. There's the Bobcat. That is not law enforcement property. That's her husband Barry's Bobcat with his company, and this is a trailer. That is not part of law enforcement. Humpty Dumpty, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Sarah, it's okay. Better late than never. Thank you for joining. I'm looking at the chat now. Sandra, thank you so much for loving the channel, and thank you for being in here. If you're new, let me know where you're watching from, your city and state, and I'll give you a shout out, or your country. I always love my people from the UK and from outside of the United States, and I love my people from the great US of A as well. Hi, Tammy. Thank you for joining Boxing MMA. Appreciate you too, my brother. Thank you, Gary. Gary Scandal, thank you so much for coming in here. That's unknown if there's any financial problems. What size is this land? I think it's I think there's somebody said 8 acres, I believe. Gilfa, good to see you. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. I missed the beginning. I'll go back and I'll check it out. I know you always do, so thank you. Hi, Crystal Harmony. Thank you so much for coming on in. Appreciate you. Bridget Parker, you are not new. Cut it out. Soul for Music, thanks for covering this investigation and giving whatever information you can. I'm just giving the facts. You know me, Soul for Music. Just the facts. I stick to it. Thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate that. Thank you. Love from Seattle. Crystal, love right back to you. Boulder, Colorado in the building. Thank you so much for joining. Hello from Toronto. Thank you to all my new subscribers. CC, thank you for being in here. Hi, new from Traverse City, Michigan. Dot to dot is not new. Liz Sip, love and respect. Thank you for joining. You're welcome, Sleeping Beauty. My pleasure. Columbus, Ohio, says Tammy Nichols. Thank you. Kenneth Noel Gabrielle Curran, York, England. Welcome in from across the pond. Welcome to the channel. Thank you. Sis and Angel, Dubai. Thank you for coming. Probably no Randy Horton. 8 acres. I was close. I said 7. Thank you, Beach Girl. Much love and respect. I'm trying to catch up on the chat. I'm trying to catch up, guys. If you don't mind, please give it a thumbs up. Give the video a thumbs up and share onto your social media platform. I always greatly appreciate that. Thank you. All right, guys. Mercedes Girl, hello. Thank you for joining. Thank you, guys. All right. I think that's going to be it from here. I think I've showed you enough of this. This is just redundant right here. Oh, this is what I wanted to show you. Some people asked me about the road that came off of the home. So this is the road. It's a 2-lane, and it comes, I believe this leads up to the house here, this road. So this is the road that is off of where the residence is. So it looks like a one-way, it's a 2-lane road. MJ, thank you so much for your super love. Thank you for that super love. So this is the road that leads off the house. A lot of people have been asking me about that. So this is it. It's not like a dirt road, but there is a dirt road that leads up to the property. So that's what it is. Good night, Gary. Thank you for being in here. Thank you. Thank you so much. Always a pleasure to have you. Joey Brooklyn is in the house. Guys, if you're not following Joey Brooklyn, go follow his channel. Check him out. Stephanie Blooms, thanks for being a moderator. And she has a channel too. She goes live. Check her out. So yeah, this is a good look at the road. A lot of people. I had numerous emails about the road that leads from her house. People wanted to know if it was like, rural. It looks like it's a country road, but it's a 2-lane country road. So it is what it is. All right, guys, I'm gonna stop this. Let's get us back here. Again, guys, I ask this to all of my subscribers, all of my friends. Let's have respect for Suzanne's family, for her surviving brothers and sisters. I know she has at least 2 brothers and a sister. Her aunts, uncles, nephews, nieces, if she has them, her daughters. Let's put some prayer emojis in the chat for her, whether we get a good result or a bad result. I always want to stay true to respect and dignity of her family. So again, I'm sending out positive vibes and prayers to each and every one of you, to all crime victims out there. It is not an easy thing for a family to go through. It's difficult at best. So let's stay true to each other. Let's not follow rumors. Let's make sure we get verified information and stick to the facts. Because when you do that, then there's no room for any hurt or anything that's misinformation that gets out there. So guys, God bless the world. God bless the United States of America. And God bless each and every one of you in the chat. Thank you so much for subscribing, all my new people. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, all one word, DutyRon. Much love and respect from my house to yours. Happy Memorial Day here in the States, and I'll talk to you on the next one, guys. Thank you.